Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are y'all feeling on this Thursday? Yes, it's Thursday. One more day to Friday. My name is Kelly, and welcome to my YouTube channel. You're going to have to give me some time because there's a lot that I have to talk about today. I want you to kick off your shoes, maybe grab a drink, a pen and a piece of paper so that you can jot down these notes. But how are you feeling today? How is your spirit? How is your spirit? How are you feeling emotionally, mentally, physically? How are you feeling? Understand that you matter, okay? And you make a difference, okay? When you don't feel good about yourself, it's hard to feel good about anything else. So how do you feel today? Have you started your day with prayer? It is so important to start your day with prayer because it sets the tone for your day. You know, you don't know what you're going to come in contact with. I'm always saying, have you prayed today? Have you did your affirmations? Have you asked God to order your steps today? Okay. God, if nothing else happens for me today, I yearn to be closer to you. I yearn to hear from you. I yearn to see you, God. Okay. Give me discernment. Give me intuition. Okay. And as you draw closer to him, he'll draw closer to you. Okay. God, I need you to intervene today. Show up at my job. Meet me at my doorstep, right? Show up at the market. Show up at that corner store. Okay. And it's also important to affirm your day, okay? Today, amazing things are happening to me. These are things that you want to speak life over yourself and you want to speak life over your day. I am in a great mood with a good headspace. I am in a great mood with a good headspace. I am getting better, and better. These are so important and it works hand in hand. So this is why I'm always saying it. Make sure that you do it every day. And sometimes, not sometimes, try your best because we get so busy and we get so caught up. Try to say it throughout your day. You know, you want to keep the flow of your day going, okay? Now, you're going to bear with me. You're going to bear with me because this topic that I'm going to discuss today is a touchy subject for me as well. It's so many different things that told me not to record this video, but I know in order to go to the next level, I had to record this video and I have to step into what it is that I need to in order to get to the other side, right? Okay. So I got to dust it off. Those thoughts in my mind, you got to push them back. Okay. And you got to take those negative thoughts and replace them with something positive. Okay. So today makes day 7 of our Dive and Thrive. Hopefully you have been keeping up and hopefully you have had a chance to look through day 1 through day 6. So we are day 7. And I actually got the topic for today as I was driving to work. So I have to be to work at 3 o'clock in the morning. So normally it's so quiet when I'm going to work. I may put on some music or sometimes I drive in silent. That'll give me time just to connect, pray, talk to God. And so this morning as I was driving to work, Tasha Cobb's song came on, Break Every Chain. And I'm listening to what she's saying and I'm singing along. And immediately what came to me was, well, Kelly, what are your strongholds? You know, we all have something that has a hold on us, right? That has a grasp on us. And so today I want to talk about strongholds. It's a touchy subject, okay? Strongholds, also known as weaknesses or bad habits. How many of us have them? You better raise your hand because we all have them in some way, shape, or form, okay? And we all know what we struggle with, right? We all know what we struggle with, okay? So this could be an uncomfortable topic, but it has to be addressed. It has to be addressed because when you asking to go to the next level, how can you go to or expect to go to the next level when you hear you got these issues? You can't go to the next level with the things that you have. That's not right. You know, you want to also make sure that you're planting the right seeds. If you're not planting the right seeds, you're going to grow weeds, right? Okay, so you want to make sure that you're planting seeds of harvest, not of weeds, okay? And remember that God can't access what we first have not addressed. So while I'm at work, I normally sit and I love to write. As you can see, I normally write about what my topic is going to be about. So I don't want to rush this because I want you to fully understand. And how can I put this? Understand that there's energies and there's spirits is out there. You know, if you don't think that, you know, we're walking among spirits and evil existence, man, you got a lot of research to do. You got a lot of, you got a lot to think about, okay? And understand that when you want to go to the next level, we're trying to get to a better version of you, right? You got to break some things away. Okay, so let's get honest. How many of those strongholds you are comfortable in? You know, some of us have strongholds that we are comfortable in. A stronghold, for instance, and an example could be, I'm addicted, not me per se, but an example, I'm addicted to going to the casino. I spend all my money at the casino. That's a stronghold because it prevents you from what? A lot of times people go, and because they are a gambler, you know, they end up losing all their money. They can't pay their bills. They end up, you know, forfeiting the money that they have for other things, right? So that's considered as a stronghold, but we all have different ones. So your stronghold could be something different. Okay. So yeah, some of us have strongholds that we are comfortable in. And we may not even want to break free from them, and we may not even want them to go. And we may even like it. Okay. But let's talk about one of my strongholds. I have gotten so much better with it. But I know that it still lingers. I know that it's still there. And it used to be a really, really big one for me. But I have put in the work. I have gotten so much better. One of my strongholds is unforgiveness. Unforgiveness. Okay? And do you understand that not forgiving a person is not even about them? It's totally about you. When you cannot forgive people, man, you block your blessings. Okay? It all has to do with you. If you're still nursing bitterness, understand that you are robbing yourself of freedom, peace, happiness, and 100% joy, true joy. Okay? When you do not know how to forgive, it manifests in other areas of your life. All right? And do you know that you are in bondage when you cannot open up your heart to forgive? Okay. And this is just one of my strongholds. Okay. Even if the person who did us wrong is not sorry, we still owe it to ourselves. We owe it to ourselves to be clear and set free. Okay. So trust me when I say it's freedom and letting go. I have gotten so much better with letting things go. I am a better person because I was able to forgive people, even people that was not even sorry. You know, I'm a different person than I was last year. I'm a different person than I was 2 years ago. I'm growing. I can steady see my growth. Okay. But we must forgive because Jesus forgave us first. Imagine not carrying this around, and imagine walking around light. You know, with it no chip on your shoulder. Imagine walking around light. Okay? When Erykah Badu say, you know, bag lady, one day, you know, basically let them bags go. Let them go. You're carrying around unnecessary weight. But when you walk around light, man, light as a feather. When you cast your cares and worries, anxiety to God, like it's a totally different feeling. Okay? So the Bible says forgive, forgive, forgive. It's actually mentioned. I looked it up. It's actually mentioned 121 times in the Bible. What does that mean? What does that mean? Seriously. But it also says that we must forgive 70 times, 7 times if need be. Right? So what does that mean? That means that's a lifetime of forgiving people. All right. So when you forgive, it's not that the person is getting away with it, but we are trusting that God is wise enough to handle justice on our behalf. We don't have to worry about it. Let it go. All right. Let's also mention some other possible strongholds. They may not be yours. You can add to the list. But some strongholds that people may suffer with is drugs, anger, anxiety, lying, manipulation, narcissism, laziness, arrogance, sexual sin, pride, bitterness. I mean, the list can go on and on and on and on, right? Strongholds are the reoccurring patterns in our life that we find extremely hard to break away from. You keep going back to it, no matter what, no matter how toxic it is, you keep going back to it, okay? And this is how you know that it's a stronghold, okay? Because your feet is planted. You don't want to move from it, all right? So how do we identify and break those strongholds? It's a fresh year. It's a new start. It's a new beginning, okay? So we're going to take a fresh approach, okay? Okay, so first thing first, you need to identify what your stronghold is. Identify. The first thing in everything, you have to admit what it is, okay? And not to me, but to God, or write it down. But first you have to admit to what it is. Identify it. Then you want to stand in authority. Okay, Jesus, I am asking you to bind out whatever it is. Jesus, I'm asking you to bind out my unforgiveness. I'm asking you to bind out any unforgiveness that I have in my heart. The Bible says in Mark 3:27, no one can enter a strong man's house and plunder his goods. Do you know what that means? Do you? Let me repeat it one more time. Mark 3:27 says, no one can enter a strong man's house and plunder his goods, which means that unless you give access, right? Somebody can't enter your home without access. All right. And understand that our power comes from God alone. So you can let these things go. And you also can deny access. All right. The third thing I would say is to pray and fast. Understand that you are one prayer away from a breakthrough. One prayer, just one prayer away from a breakthrough. Displacement. Take those things away from you. Out of mind, out of sight. Establish the presence of God where the stronghold has been commanded to leave. Fill it up with God's presence. You know, fill your time with other things, healthy things. Where the presence of God is, understand that God and the devil can't occupy in the same space. They can't. They just can't. They can't fit. God can't. The devil can't even fit. He can't even fit where God is. His capacity fills up the whole thing. Understand that, okay? And I think sometimes we forget this. The devil loves an idle mind. It's his playground. So if he can just get your mind, man, it can manifest into any and everything else. It can stir the pot. It can definitely stir the pot. I'm sorry. The next one is occupy. Occupy yourself with God to fill in the void. You know, the stronghold that's over your life, if you occupy with God and you start doing the steps on to your journey of self-mastery, it's going to be hard, but at the same time, nothing is hard with God. Nothing is hard with God. Provide no pocket of rebellion for the devil to step into. All right. The next one is fortification. Clothe yourself spiritually with God's armor. This is why I'm always telling you to pray in the morning. This is why I'm always saying affirm your day. Daily, you want to take an array of God's spiritual equipment that you may maintain battle. You may be battle ready. You ready, okay? You ready to go up against any and everything, right? And understand that when you have the shield of faith, the sword of the Spirit, and the helmet of salvation, you put the whole armor of God on. You got a shield, okay? And you're protected. You can stand up against the work of the devil. God's power is very powerful. And that's only for those who truly believe. You got to believe and you got to know that God can do anything and everything. And this isn't everything, literally, okay? Understand that when you live with your strongholds, which is the same thing as weaknesses and bad habits, we begin to plant many other seeds in our life. Oftentimes, we don't even realize it. And those seeds manifest into something else. So let me give you an example. I'm going to use drugs for example. What seeds do you think you are planting when your stronghold is drugs? All right, think about it. It could be lack of trust. You know, people no longer trust you. You steal, you lie. those may be some of your traits. You may lose your job. You can't keep money in your pocket. Those are seeds of destruction, okay? From one thing, and it causes all these different issues. These seeds begin to sprout and create so much havoc to your very being, okay? So I want you to think about that today. Think about your strongholds and what it is that you want to work on at the start of your year. All right, so we're going to do some affirmations because we always do I do affirmations every day, and it's just so important. So with our topic, we're going to do affirmations for strongholds. All right, as I'm saying them, I want you to feel it in your soul, and then I want you to repeat it back. But be intentional, okay? I am breaking free from my bad habits today. All right, I am breaking free from my bad habits today. I am focused on breaking unhealthy habits. I am focused on breaking unhealthy habits. I take pride in my personal development, and I take action to grow a little each day. I take pride in my personal development, and I take action to grow a little each day. I tackle that unhealthy habit by finding another healthy, enjoyable activity. All right, you ready? I take that unhealthy habit by finding another healthy, enjoyable activity. Hopefully did I say that right? I take that unhealthy habit by finding another healthy, enjoyable activity. Okay. I am breaking the cycles of my bad habit. Some habits that we have, it comes from childhood. So we got to break a generational curse, right? Some of it comes from our parents. Okay. We got to break the monotony of it up. All right. So I am breaking the cycles of my bad habit. I know that I have the mental ability to eliminate unhealthy practices from my life. I know you know that I have the mental ability to eliminate unhealthy practices from my life. And the last one, I am set apart. Do you not know you are set apart? We are so worthy. We are created in the image of the Most High. So understand that you are set apart. All right. All right. Strongholds, aka siblings of the same family, habits, addictions, worries, fears, can all be a source of comfort because we are familiar with these things. Even if it causes some downpour in our lives, you had to be free more than you want to be bound. Do you want to, because you're trying to elevate and because you're trying to go to the next season of your life, you got to really think about it. Do I want to be free from my stronghold? Because sometimes we're comfortable in it. But do you want to be free from it? You can break free, but you need to be desperate and you have to be determined. All right. So come on. Okay. We are talking about going to the next level. So in order to go to the next level, we cannot have the same old habits. We just cannot. All right. We cannot afford to get stuck in the same season in another year, in a whole nother year. Okay. So it has to go. So tonight assignment. All right. I want you to write down what your stronghold is and be honest. Write down what your stronghold is. Write down what it is that you want to let go of this year. And again, some of our strongholds, we might like it. You know, we might be comfortable in it. What is a stronghold? What is the stronghold you need to let go of? You need to call it out. The first step is to call it out. So you want to call it out. You also want to rid yourself of this stronghold. So that's why you need to call it out. This is why you need to write it down. Sorry, my phone was ringing. And it's time to break free. It's our season, y'all. 2021 is the one, right? So it's time to break free. So here I'm serving you an eviction notice. Here's the papers. This is your eviction notice, okay? Tell your stronghold, look, you have to go. I'm giving you 30 days to vacate, all right? And also, I want you to think about and write what the root cause is. What do you think the root cause of, maybe, for instance, you have trust issues, all right? Maybe your stronghold is, I don't allow myself to get close to people because maybe childhood trauma or I had a really bad relationship growing up, or the person that first hurt me was a family member. Those can start trust issues at a very early age. So identify what the root is. What do you think that the root is? All right. And then once you identify the root cause of it, I want you, how it got constructed in the first place, I want you to start to think about how you can work on fixing that. This may not be an easy topic, but a lot of times we don't even know that we're carrying around baggage from childhood. And this may not be a root cause. It may not even be something from your childhood. Sorry, y'all.